This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description. Howdy, everybody, and welcome to Racecraft TV, here for the NASRA Arca Playoffs, Round 4 for the Chicagoland 150. I'm Austin I am joined by Tyler Vickery, and we're here live on Racecraft TV, and it is a great day here today. How you feeling, Tyler?
It's been good, wild and crazy, but being here at Chicagoland's going to be exciting. Don't know what to expect with the cars, but I will be very interested in the action, especially when most of it is flat out as well. So we might see a lot of pack racing. Yeah,
the excitement is coming up very shortly. Let's take a look at a few of these cars right now. And Spencer Teal in the 20 car. He's in that let's get rid of their car. He's coming across the line right now. And he started his first lap, just finished the second lap, and that was staying in 5th place. And coming out onto the track is the one, the only, Rhett Tucker.
And he had a really bad time back on Tuesday, and I think he's looking for some redemption.
He certainly is looking for some maximum redemption here today. After a very disastrous race last time by, he's looking for a much better one coming right up here today as he comes across his first time right now. And here at Chicagoland, this track is just absolutely amazing. Shame it just had its last NASCAR race and probably never will, but this back straight is so weird because it's not really a straight.
It really isn't, but I mean, it's close to where you can almost go flat out. It's unbelievable. But yeah, really unfortunate that we're losing Chicagoland from the NASCAR schedule next year. It's like we're losing that in Kentucky too.
Yep, we are. But we are getting a dirt race at Bristol.
That'll be interesting. Be interesting to see what iRacing does.
They'll probably just slap the dirt texture on their hashtag student.
Yeah, that's true. And Rhett Tucker going up to 2nd place and missing out by 1/100th of a second.
He certainly is.
Wow.
And wow, that is very close for Rhett Tucker right now.
Bradley just came across the line, but he did not improve either.
That was very weird for Rhett Tucker.
Yeah,
just waiting around the track, waiting for other people. This is a very hard time because nobody's really setting a lap time. We got Dustin Scruggs just running around the track right now. He's just putting in some extra laps. But we're here in Chicago, and it's very, very weird feeling here today.
Yeah, definitely a weird feeling, and just in general, with knowing that knowing a lot's not going to happen here, it'll be interesting to see what futures are going to be for both Chicagoland and I'm going to add this into Kentucky, because with Kentucky has no idea what to do next year now, since their one and only race is gone as well.
Dustin Scruggs comes across the line right now. And the Trading Paints bug is back.
Yeah.
It's stuck at downloading. 21%.
Oh no. Ugh, that's rough.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Dustin Scruggs is running an amazing paint. So unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to see that.
Of course. Isn't that the normal?
Yes.
Typical
He is going to get mad about that because he always does.
That's typical trading paints. Oh my, Gabriel Ellison.
Whoa, where did that come from? Pole immediately, and on his first lap, 31 flat by Gabriel Ellison.
I was keeping an eye on Mitch Ellison. I was looking at the timing screen and saw him running, and I didn't even see Gabriel Ellison running. My goodness, Mitch Ellison just ran a 31.2, but yeah, Gabriel Ellison, who's finishing up his second lap now. And oh my goodness,
Almost ties it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. That's gonna be interesting.
Certainly will be. And I can tell you, the fight up front is going to be absolutely awesome to watch between these guys.
Oh, without a doubt. It's going to be interesting. I mean, still, just from first all the way to last, yeah, it's separated by 0.6 of a second. But even like the top 7 are separated by no greater than 0.3 of a second. So I mean, it's pretty close field.
Yep. And as all these guys pull off, we are once again stuck back here in Chicago and just waiting for everything to happen right now here in the NASRA Arca playoffs, round 4 for the Chicagoland 150, as Nathan Rauge is just staying in his pits, and I don't think he's going to be coming out for another run.
No, and Dustin Scruggs is just rolling around the track right now, just getting practice while he can and figuring out what he can do with the tire, figure out what his strategy is for going into the race.
Yeah, his strategy is probably just going to be survive and do everything. We only got 14 cars here on the grid. Since this being the Arca playoffs, it is just mostly the playoff drivers. We do have a few guys hopping in here, just having a good time in these cars, and these cars are certainly a heck of a fun to drive.
Oh yeah, they're definitely fun to drive, and it definitely is skill based, because you definitely got to work the car. It's not like a lot of other cars where you can just go flat out and everything like this. Like, you have to work on that car as the run goes on. You can only do certain things, because if you try to be super aggressive and try to really push the car, you can hurt yourself in the end.
Indeed, as we were waiting for qualifying to finish up right now like it just had, I think it's time to go to our qualifying results here at Racecraft TV. And your grid started up on pole. It's going to be Gabriel Ellison, followed by Clinton Castleberry, Rhett Tucker in 3rd, Max 2nd, 4th, Ryan Kendall in 5th, followed by Mitch Ellison, Clinton Sneed, Dustin Scruggs, Chris Cinnamon, Chip Turner, Keith Bradley, and Spencer Teal in 12th place. Right behind him is Scott Osma and Nathan Rauge at the end of the grid. And that is your grid here today for the Chicagoland 150 for the NASRA Arca playoffs. You're here watching Racecraft TV, and we're going to get right to the action very shortly. Waiting for everybody on the grid to, well, get onto the grid. We're just waiting for our pole sitter, Gabriel Ellison, to get actually onto the grid before we can get ready to go.
Yeah, and hopefully he makes it up there, and there he is there, and away the pace car goes.
It's supposed to be going right now. And there it goes right now. Started up on pole is Gabriel Ellison, driving that 27 car. He's ahead of Clinton Castleberry with Rhett Tucker in third place. But he's the first place out of all the playoff drivers that qualified.
He's one of the only few, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out with Tucker starting in third. Gonna be, he's gonna have to work for this one, especially with the bad luck he has. That
And as these guys are going down the back straight right now, following behind that Mustang pace car, we'd like to welcome you all here to Racecraft TV. Another exciting round of the NASRA Arca playoffs. We're trying something new here today. It's our first stream in 1440p. Thanks to our friends at Artesian Builds for providing this amazing period to go this. And let's go green flag racing here in Chicago. A great start by Ellison. Castleberry takes an easier line, and here comes Rhett Tucker down to the inside immediately.
Rhett Tucker taking that opportunity very quick, like to, especially when he wants to have a good run here and a good start, and taking second right away. And he's going to start chasing down Gabriel Ellison.
Yeah, Tucker and Ellison battling out for the lead, and right behind him, Castleberry got a little bit loose right there as he's just leading ahead of Max Steck. And Steck, we all know, is very, very aggressive when it comes to...
Ooh, Chip Turner had a little bit of a moment. He looked like he got loose coming out from turn 4.
Whoa, big wiggle right there.
Boy. Great save as he's lawn mowing through the grass. Ooh, stay out of the wall.
Back up front, it's Tucker, Ellison, Castleberry, and Steck, your top 4. And Rhett Tucker in that 99. Just chasing down that 27 of Gabriel Ellison.
Rhett Tucker running the quickest lap of the race so far. He's closing in on Ellison, but I think now he's going to try to play the tire game, as you can see how close he is getting to Gabriel Ellison right now.
Ellison just leading out Tucker just a little bit, followed by Castleberry and Steck. It's very orderly and processional right now with these guys, and that is totally understandable with only 14 cars in the field. But these 4 have pulled out a gap to the pack behind them.
Going to be a lot, as you can already see that 4-car breakaway already, as these guys already put on a good second now to the top, to the 5th place on back. So see how this long run goes, as there's a few gaps you can see further on in this field too. There's another 3-car gap way further back.
These guys getting out to the wall, almost kissing it. But yeah, all 4 of these guys holding that absolutely dominating pace right now as they head through 3 and 4. You can already see in the infield the tire marks of the other car just flying way down the track. And interesting, 3 of the cars go down low except for Castleberry.
Yeah, I think Castleberry is going to try to save some tire, take his chance. He's got the speed, and they have the draft that they can be able to stay in draft and stay in line. So I think Castleberry is going to try to save tires the most out of these top 4.
And going for the lead, Ellison And Tucker. Tucker down onto the inside. Ellison had a wider line, and here comes Tucker. Tucker down onto the inside. Ellison onto the outside. They're still side by side.
Still side by side. Tucker trying to get that run, but it's just not going to be enough. Well, actually, no, it's going to be enough this time. As Ellison got a little sideways, but now he's got the run on the backstretch. And Tucker making it quick work, getting around. Clinton Castleberry now is going to try to make a move, going down on the apron to get around Gabriel Ellison now.
Yeah, and the battle for second now is going absolutely nutty. And it's Ellison trying to get back up there, but he's on the outside. He gets pushed up high by Max Steck. And now Ellison, our pole sitter, falls down to fourth as it's Tucker, Castleberry, Steck, Ellison, you're leading four.
Yep, and Tucker was having this easy battle now. Clinton Castleberry's just going to ride behind as these two teammates are going to just try to see what they can do on pulling away from Max Steck and Gabriel Ellison. Brett Tucker now 0.3 of a second gap to Clinton Castleberry, so a lot can still happen here in this race. He's right now working lap. These guys currently already opening up now a 0.8 of a second gap, but Clinton Sneed though has been running identical lap times to these top four, so we just might see Clinton Sneed starting to catch up to these top four.
Yeah, it's a great start of this race easily.
Yeah, you can even see further on the background, Clinton Castleberry is staying up on the high side. Brett Tucker took the apron, but you barely saw in the background too. Clinton Sneed, he's slowly starting to catch his way back up. He is up to 0.7 of a second now as the gap between him and Gabriel Ellison, and that time is dropping too.
And with these guys battling with it so close to each other, that's allowing Clinton Sneed to start closing in.
Yeah, Clinton Sneed closing in, and then here's Brett Tucker running and trying not to fight too hard with Clinton Castleberry, and it's not helping right now. This Clinton Castleberry is right on the back bumper of Brett Tucker now.
It's Tucker, Castleberry, Steck, Ellison, Sneed, Kendall, Cinnamon, Bradley, Rowgie, and Ellison. Mitch Ellison this time, your top 10. Right on board with Brett Tucker on this gearbox cam. Well, not really gearbox cam, it's more of a back window cam. And the fan favorite on-board camera returns for another round. Looking at Brett Tucker in that 99. He's controlling the wheel of his car. Absolutely fantastic. As Castleberry looking like he wants to make a move.
Castleberry trying to set up a move, but I think he's starting to play a little bit of a patient game as well, as this is still a long race to go as they're on working lap 15 of 100 laps here at Chicago. And
Tucker once again bouncing off into the inside apron. And here, and Castleberry, he did that. Oh, Castleberry gets turned around from behind!
Oh, my.
Castleberry in the wall.
What happened there?
Castleberry got hit by
no.
Max Steck. And he just got sent up into the wall. That is so unfortunate.
That was rough.
Get back live. Out front, Castleberry sitting in 6th place now, and he's being caught by everyone. He needs to go into the pits. Lap 17 of 100 here for the Chicagoland 150. And Tucker has pulled out a massive gap as Ellison, Steck, Sneed, Kendall, and the 68 of, yeah, it's a 4-car pack behind him, battling it out for 2nd place.
Huge battle for 2nd place. Steck is trying, Steck is trying to hang on for dear life, and Brett Tucker's going to be loving this right now.
Oh, Tucker's looking in his rearview mirror, and he's smiling ear to ear right now. And here goes 27 of Gabriel Ellison onto the inside of Steck. Steck going way high, giving him all the room after that small incident, and taking his inside right now is Ryan Kendall, who goes onto the apron. And Kendall's looking like he can make the move for the lead right now.
Kendall's trying to make it work, but he's sliding up the track a little too, and Gabriel Ellison's not going to give him the best leeway to take over second.
Heading into the braking zone. Steck just following these two, and oh, Steck gets overtaken by Quentin Sneed, who jumps up into 4th. And these two are still going side by side. Right on board for Ellison. You're gonna see Ryan Kendall dancing in the mirror as he got the overtake once more.
Gonna make it once more, and Ellison's just gonna be hoping these guys keep continuing fighting. But look at them, just all in a train now, trying to find a way to catch back up to Rhett Tucker as they're a 2.5 seconds behind.
And it's Kendall, Sneed, Steck, Cinnamon in this fight for 2nd place. And oh, into the wall goes Steck into the wall. And you're going to see the entire right side of that car very chopped up after that.
Yeah, that was going to be very rough as well. And my goodness, that was pretty good back there. Maybe he's got a little bit more camber on that car, on that right front now compared to before.
And Steck falling by. It's Sneed, Kendall, Ellison now fighting for that 2nd spot. It's Gabriel Ellison. He's just once again puts on the block very, very nicely ahead of Kendall and Sneed. And Clinton sees just watching this, and here comes Kendall down onto the inside. Side by side they go, heading into turn 2. Turns 3 and 4.
And side by side, Kendall's going to try it his best now to find an opportunity to make a move, and that low line is not. Well, I was about to say it wasn't working, but like Gabriel Ellison went for a little slide there as he slid all the way up to the outside wall. Kendall might get him this time, and he does.
And there we go once more. Another change for 2nd place, but the fight for the lead still alive. Well, no, not really. The 1st place Brett Tucker is an entire second clear of this.
Yeah, he's an entire second. It seems like he's just pulling away at first so slightly. So far, looking at the timing, Chris Cinnamon's actually the quickest driver on track by only a tenth of a second. So that's already says how quick Brett Tucker is pulling away.
Yeah, Tucker putting on an absolute clinic right now, as Ryan Kendall starting to pull away from Sneed, as now behind them, Sneed and Ellison are. Ellison is kind of being chased by two more cars. The pole sitter, he knows how to go faster, but can he save the tires around here? And it looks like somebody else just went off track. It was Keith Bradley got into the wall.
Oh, he hit. Oh boy. Oh, good save by Keith Bradley. But boy, that was and he's still having a wheeler around. That was like rough in anyways. But back to the fourth place. But yeah, Kendall Ellison is just, he is struggling on those tires right now. And we started off on the pole and already down 3 spots.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening with Ellison and Keith Bradley. First car to head into the pit lane, and you can just see the damage on that right side of the car from when he smacked that wall. Definitely affecting his performance, so he's going to be the first car into the pit lane. He's missed his pit box.
Oh, that's... Oh, maybe not.
Well, he drove forward. He had to do the reverse back in.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Battle for third, as Ryan Kendall's pretty much checked out of this fight, so it's Clinton Sneed versus Ellison.
As on board Clinton Sneed, you just see Gabriel Ellison doing whatever he can to try to do something or catch it back up, and he's being, you know, a little bit more aggressive now, but I don't know. The way he was running at the start, he might have burned off a lot of his tires early.
Did you just hear that massive amount of lift that Clinton Sneed did mid-corner? He's definitely saving fuel.
That'd be interesting. I mean, it's possible. It could be possible to do a one-stop here.
I think he's saving more than just fuel. He's also saving tires by not trying to spin them out on the exit.
Yeah, that's going to be a key here, especially with this track. You got to definitely save tires here, especially if you're almost practically flat out for most of the race. Yeah, you absolutely got to save tires.
It's Sneed and Ellison racing it out for third place, but Tucker, he just got caught up, but that is not second place. That is Keith Bradley, and you can just see the difference between the lap traffic speed with new tires versus old tires. And boy, Tucker almost getting into the wall.
Yeah, he was trying to give Keith Bradley room and almost cost him, and he lost a lot of time because of that.
Right on board, Cinnamon. He's looking down to the inside of Max Steck, who's been into the wall about 2 times today. Actually, once. He tapped somebody else into the wall. You can see the right side of that car a little bit bent up as we get closer and closer on board for Cinnamon.
You just speed that gap ever so closely. Pace scheme on the back of Max there. Okay. Cinnamon thought about making a move, but he got cut off pretty quick by Max Steck.
Now Cinnamon thought about it and then decided not to. Steck going way down inside onto the apron, trying to get some speed across the line, but he's killing his tires the way he does that. And here comes Cinnamon looking down low, but he gets his door closed by Steck, and now Cinnamon is going way up the track. Watch out on the exit.
This could get really scary.
So we will do. We continue to watch this battle between Steck and Cinnamon. Let's right on board on Steck, looking back at Chris Cinnamon in that 3.
deck, lifting off a little, staying a little tired. Well, that time you had to lift off a little just to not get into the wall. You stayed flat out. You pancake the outside wall.
And Rhett Tucker has slowed up. Ryan Kendall has caught up to him.
Did he almost hit the wall? Because that's the only thing I can see. Because he probably almost hit the wall somewhere.
I don't see any damage on Rhett Tucker. But Ryan Kendall has caught up to Rhett Tucker. We now have a fight for the lead. And just look at, here comes Kendall.
Kendall had been saving a ton of tires, and my goodness, as here he goes down on the inside of pit 3, and he will clear him coming out of 4.
And he cut off his nose right there, but Tucker looked for that switchback, and Kendall's going to hold him to that line. He's going to drop down low for the block, and Tucker down onto the inside of Kendall. Who's going to have the best tires mid-corner? It's going to be Kendall. Ryan Kendall takes the lead here in Chicago for the Chicagoland 150 for the NASRA Arca Playoffs Round 4. You're here watching Racecraft TV. We'll be right back after we go side by side. This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV here for the Chicagoland 150 for the NASRA Arca Playoffs. Round number 4, and Rhett Tucker has fallen down the field. He's been caught up by the pack of 4, and he's fallen down to 5th and is looking like 6th place, but he's not giving that spot to Chris Cinnamon at all.
No, he's trying to fight and do everything he can, and we were talking during the break real quick, and we figured that he's used up his tires a lot, and Clinton Counselor is the first one in pits, and if I was Rhett Tucker, I would be getting into the pits now.
Yeah, but it's going to leave him open at the end of the race. Does he have enough fuel to make it to the end of the race right now?
That's going to be pretty close. After my phone decides to go off. That's going to be pretty close there on fuel. I think these guys could make it 55, but that's excruciating close, though.
It is going to be very close with these guys, but it's Tucker leading out. Oh, no, leading out Cinnamon, but he's falling back. He's desperately looking. Oh, he's going to the pits right now.
Yeah, sure enough. I guess he
Oh!
must be listening to me.
Oh!
Oh, boy. Easy there.
Tucky's. Oh, big lockup. He was safely under pit road speed limit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Rhett Tucker, first green flag runner in the pits, and he's joined by Dustin Scruggs, who is up there. But just look at the
Ooh, Scruggs guy.
Yeah, Scruggs got a big old whop right there.
Yeah, he hit the wall pretty good there. I mean, all of that damage, boy. So, Pete Castleberry's in the 40 seconds behind. He's already pitted back on lap 40. So, Brian Kendall, Gabriel Ellison, Clinton Sneed, you're rounding out your top three currently. Got a battle for behind Mitch Ellison, trying to get around the 87.
That's the 91 of Raugi.
Okay, why is it showing me the 87? Okay, thanks Trading Paints. So yeah, Nathan Rowdy up in 6th, as that's the closest battle currently, only 0.4 of a second difference. But look at the background there goes Rhett Tucker and Mitch Ellison into the pits.
Yep, Mitch Ellison, big lockup heading into the pit lane.
And Mitch Ellison is the next one to take a chance. Gabriel Ellison is second and a half behind Brian Kendall, trying to do everything he can, but you can see in the background Clinton Sneed ever so slightly catching up.
Yeah, Sneed hunting down Ellison. You can just hear these guys dancing, attacking slowly, just playing with that throttle, and they're just looking on how much ground that they can save up on this field. And here comes Cinnamon looking down to the inside of Steck. Steck goes wide.
Yeah, Steck goes wide and says, I'm not going to take a part of this. I just want to try to save some tire if I can. Chip Turner, who's now a lap down, has gone into the pits now.
And we saw Turner get very loose. And behind him, but really in front of him, Nathan Raugi in 6th place. He's going to hop down to the pits.
So he's currently leading the cars in the pits, but Rhett Tucker will probably take over that as it's a good battle between Scott Osmond and Spencer Teal, as Spencer Teal is...
Ellison and Sneed are both heading into the pit lane. This could be crucial as Kendall and Cinnamon have stayed out.
And they are working lap 49, so it'll be very interesting to see if they come into the pits next time to buy, which means they would be at the halfway point. And it's going to be interesting on field strategy.
As these guys hop into the pit lane right now, Ellison, who started up on pole, is going to have a great pit position. Let's see if our leader goes into the pits. Yes, he does. It's a very late entry, trying to maximize all the speed. But Ryan Kendall enters pit lane with Chris Cinnamon right behind. Let's go to Gabriel Ellison, who's just now exiting pit lane with Clinton Sneed.
Rhett Tucker is ahead of Clinton Sneed and Gabriel Ellison, and he's gaining more and more time as these guys getting up to speed.
Yeah, Tucker with that early piss up on lap 43. He's going to become your race leader, but where is Kendall going to come out to Ellison?
It'll be pretty close, I think, as there goes Rhett Tucker moving up to second. Scott Osmond is hanging on right now as he's leading, but he is coming into the pit road now.
And there goes Ellison.
Yeah. And this is going to get very interesting. Ellison's actually caught up to Chip Turner, who's a lap down currently, and he's going to make quick work of Chip Turner coming out of 4th.
Yeah, but it's Tucker in the net lead with Scott Osmat leading this race on very old tires. He's sitting out as much as he can. He just took a big chunk of curb with him. as he drives into pit lane. The fast car on track right now, Clinton Sneed.
Yeah, Clinton Sneed, Red Tucker's way out ahead, but Clinton Sneed, that last lap time of 31.09. Quickest lap of the race so far, and you can see Clinton Sneed trying to push him, trying to catch up to Gabriel Ellison, who's 9/10 of a second ahead of Gabriel Ellison. Just listen to the throttle of Clinton Sneed doing everything he can, trying to be able to maximize that run. And it's, you can see it, it's very slowly, but ever so slightly, he's gaining time on Gabriel Ellison. Castleberry having a little bit of a fight here with, I believe that is the 77 behind him of, or 55 actually, of Nathan Rauge, trying to do everything he can. I'm sorry, that's actually the 11. What is going on with my training paints now? I've got the 11. Oh, that's Dustin Scruggs, who's actually a lap down, pitted back in 43, so Castleberry's already lapped the 11 of Dustin Scruggs, and so far only four cars a lap down currently.
Yeah, these guys put on an absolute pace of a show up front as Tucker. That's not Tucker. That's Castleberry getting caught up by the 11 of Dustin Scruggs, who's making a pass down to the inside. Scruggs on those newer tires, showing his pace right there. But up front, Ellison being caught up by Clinton Sneed.
There's Clinton Sneed. That gap is closed up even more. It's down to a 4/10 of a second gap. So they're working their way, and Red Tucker's tires are starting to fall a little bit, and you can see that gap starting to fall ever so slightly.
Yeah, that gap falling down more and more. As we ride on board with Clinton Sneed, as he's chasing down Gabriel Ellison in that 27. Rhett Tucker way in the lead, but with that extra time, with that earlier pit stop, it's going to be putting him up to a very risky end of the race if this stays green.
Yeah, if this stays green, it's gonna be pretty risky for Tucker, but at the same time, if Sneed can catch up to Ellison, who knows what we could expect from BC, especially how hard BC are fighting. And if these guys keep fighting, who knows, maybe Rhett Tucker might take advantage of this and save a little bit of tire, because if these guys start battling, Rhett Tucker might be able to keep that 3-second gap he's got currently.
Indeed they can. As it's Ellison and Sneed separated just by 4/10 of a second. And Sneed's in that draft. Sneed is closing in just lap after lap. And we also have another battle on track right now between the battle for 7th speed, Ellison, Castleberry, and Rauge. Castleberry goes high. Mitch Ellison, onto the inside.
Yeah, and look at Rauge. Rauge's just flying out of nowhere. Rauge's on front. There goes Rauge on the inside of Clinton Castleberry, makes it easy, and now he's got sights on Mitch Ellison when Rauge's gonna look at maybe trying to make a crossover pass going into turn 1. Mitch Ellison goes up high and stays up there and defends a little.
Rauge's getting into the bumper.
Gave him a little bumper, but it didn't even help him anyways. Here he goes now. He might just send it down here in turn 1. But he doesn't. Interesting move by Rauge.
Yeah, he's just going to lift off just a little bit. And stay behind him as these guys race in front of an absolutely packed house here in Chicago. Nathan Rowgate looking down to the inside. Oh, going wide is Ellison. Ellison almost gets it to the wall, and here comes Rowgate.
Yep, Ellison was doing everything he could to defend it, but it was not going to work. As there goes Nathan Rowgate up to 7th now. He is started from the back with no qualifying time whatsoever. And he's up to 7 spots, up to 7th.
And as we return to Ellison to Sneed, they have caught up to Rhett Tucker, who is dealing with a lap car. He has to go wide, and here comes Ellison.
Tucker's having some rough time with those tires now. Those tires have fallen off quickly. Gabriel Ellison's last lap was a 32.3. Tucker is 33.2. Almost a full second. Gabriel Ellison has caught up onto Rhett Tucker.
And he's already up there on the bumper. Ellison looking down to the inside. And Ellison takes the lead here in the Chicagoland 150 for the NASRA Arca playoffs. Round 4, the penultimate round of the playoffs, and Sneed drops down low and passes Tucker.
Sneed makes it so easy to Gabriel Ellison pulling away, and now it's pretty much a two-man race unless Tucker is able to find some way to keep up with these guys.
I don't think Tucker has enough pace to stay with him. This track's not clicky with him at all.
Yeah, it's not clicking at him at all. You can see how much he's struggling with it currently. And as you can see, Tucker's having
Yeah, he's falling off the pace.
different line. It's that bad. Yeah, he's falling way off now.
We're looking at Ellison and Sneed now. Your battle for first. They're coming up to some lap traffic. Sneed taking that low line. Well, he's looking like he wanted to go for that apron line, but he decided not to. And he's thinking that this dirty air from this traffic up in front of him is going to be a little bit of a pick for him.
Might just work out for him, depending on what happens here. Kendall just trying to play it safe. But there goes the 53 of Scott Osmond sliding way up the track. And he's on the freshest tires of anyone, hitting back on lap 51.
Yeah, that was 2 laps fresher than Ryan Kendall. But Kendall, he is catching up to the back of Tucker now. Talking about that, the battle for the lead is going absolutely getting tighter and tighter with every single lap. On lap 66 of 100 here in Chicagoland, it's Ellison leading out Sneed, followed by Tucker, Kendall, Cinnamon, Steck, Rowley, Ellison, Castleberry, Teal, your top 10. And that's the 92 of Bradley, letting these two guys race by.
And Keith Bradley's 2 laps down currently, and Bradley having that rough night with like pancaking the outside wall and hasn't been able to recover ever since.
It was a bad exit by Sneed coming out of 2. Ellison increased that gap that lap.
Only by a little. The lap times are going close to almost similar right now, and right now 0.3 of a second gap Sneed has to make up over Ellison. It's gonna be tough, but there's still a lot of time left.
It certainly is going to be tough for these guys, but I've never seen something that Clinton Sneed couldn't conquer at all. As Rhett Tucker and Ryan Kendall are being matched up, and Kendall's going to take that inside line. He has the tires, he has the grip. Something has to be wrong with Tucker's car.
It's gotta be. I mean, he was keeping up with Sneed, but yeah, he's struggling now as Kendall is around Tucker, and Tucker's just falling and falling now. keeping an eye on here. Kendall's starting to pull away, but it's just it seems like Kendall's used up his tires though. His last lap was a 32.99, but Sneed and Ellison are both on 32.8 and 32.9, and it's a very low 32.9 by the way for Ellison too. So this gap could be dropping ever so slightly here as Sneed and Ellison similar lap times, and Kendall's just losing more time to these guys. And there we go. As there goes Sneed around Spencer Teal in the 20, and another driver falling lap down. As these guys lap traffic starting to play a factor, and gap has dropped to 0.3 of a second. However, Mitch Ellison actually losing a lot of time. Just notice Mitch Ellison loses a spot. Nathan Rowden has to drop a bit. Just keeping an eye though on this battle for the lead. Is Seed trying to do everything he can, and it's just not working for him. You can hear him lifting off early, trying to save tires, but he might get the run here, but that draft though seems like it's not even helping now.
Quentin Sneed closing in on Gabriel Ellison as they head into turn 1. Almost 19 laps remaining. Ellison very loose mid-corner, and here comes Sneed.
Sneed finally got the draft he needed, but is he going to be able to capitalize? And that's going to be the question. And right now, he's playing the patient. He's playing the safety game right now. It's going to be pretty close before we find out whether he's.
Oh, and here he goes!
Down he goes on the inside. Oh, he got a little loose though. He went all the way down on the grass trying to make the pass work, and oh boy. Keeps it together.
On the outside, Sneed and Ellison still side by side of each other.
And he clears them finally after having some near dangerous passes that he was trying to make work. That almost worked and then almost bit him back afterwards. But Clinton Seed now is on the point in this race.
Got 26 laps remaining here in Chicagoland. I definitely know how to math. And Ellison wondering where Sneed came from, but they both went into the pits on the same lap. That I'm not surprised about, but who can manage the tires better?
That's going to be the big question mark too. I think Sneed's kind of saved the tires a bit. But it'll be interesting to see what Ellison does, because there's a huge question mark with Ellison, especially with how hard he was pushing earlier. But that's going to be a good question, though.
We're about to see that come to life. Quarter of the race left here in Chicagoland. You're here watching the NASRA Arca Playoffs Round 4 here on Racecraft TV. And the yellow flag's out! Nathan Rauge! Rauge is stuck sideways on the track, and here's what brought out that caution. Just got into the, oh no!
Wow. That was rough.
That is rough. The pace car is out, but now, as we are under caution, are we going to see Clinton Sneed, Ellison, Kendall, or Tucker, any of these guys try to risk it and go into the pits at the end of this race?
That's going to be a real big question mark. These guys are all going to pit. I would not be surprised if there goes Sneed. It's got a big gap as well.
Yeah, Sneed, good run into the pit lane, and like you said, everybody heads into the pit lane that's on the lead lap. And this is going to turn into a battle of holding tires to a battle for racing tires, and how good a pace you have. And I think Rhett Tucker is in great position right now. A little bit of a bad stop for the 68 of Ryan Kendall.
Spencer Teal retakes the lead. He's going to try to risk it for the biscuit right now. But first car to come out pit lane, it's going to be Clinton Sneed winning the race off pit road, followed by Ellison just ahead of Rhett Tucker. Ryan Kendall ahead of Chris Cinnamon. Max Steck Castleberry is staying there, but Max Steck gets in front of him. Mitch Ellison is going to get ahead of Clinton Castleberry, and that is your race off pit road. But Spencer Teal, he stayed out.
Ooh, this ought to be interesting.
Interesting it will be. You're here watching the NASRA Arca playoffs here. Round 4 of 5 in the playoff series left today for the Chicagoland 150 here on Racecraft TV. We'll be right back after these messages.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
Welcome back here to Racecraft TV. Spencer Teal, during the break, went into the pit lane. And now it's Clinton Sneed who leads out the field. So we wait for this caution section to end. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here on Racecraft TV.
Well, we thought it'd get interesting. 9 cars on the lead lap. Spencer Teal being the last one leading, and he's on 1 lap fresher tires. Gonna be very interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be extremely interesting. Clinton Sneed, very comfortable in the lead, as you can see into his car, using that tinted visor today so we can't see into his eyes, but I can tell you, if we could see into his eyes, we would see the eyes of somebody who's focused and ready to take this car 20 more laps and try to go for the victory here. We also don't count out Gabriel Ellison, who's sitting right beside Clinton Sneed. And that 27 car with Sneed on that inside line in the 49 behind the pace car with the lights out. This is the last time by for these guys, heading through turns 3 and 4. And we got Rhett Tucker sitting there in 3rd place. He's going to try to make a very early start and very early jump down onto the inside and try to jump Clinton Sneed. As the pace car pulls off, and away we go. Waiting for Clinton Sneed, and here goes Clinton Sneed. Green flag's out, and Tucker got a very bad start. Ellison, a great start, and Kendall gets a good jump on Tucker.
And Tucker was asleep at the start there. He's gonna fall. He's gonna fall down to 4th, and it could have been 4th in a crash instead. But boy, Tucker's gonna have to work his way. It's Chris Cinnamon now sitting on the inside of Max Steck.
Very aggressive start by Cinnamon, already looking to make up some moves. Steck getting forced out wide, Cinnamon holding down low. And just like the Intimidator does, gets up another spot. And he's chasing down Rhett Tucker, who's been struggling all day today.
Out there, Tucker's doing everything he can to make it work. And boy, it just seems like it's gone from bad to worse for Tucker.
Tucker and Kendall, as they're battling right behind him, Chris Cinnamon and Max Steck swapping spots.
Swapping that spot.
Actually, that's
easy work of it.
that's not Max Tech. That is a... That's not Max Tech. That's a lap... No, that was Max Tech. Huh?
Yeah, it was. Interesting.
And Rhett Tucker, he's looking to make a move. Risking it. Down on the apron. We've seen how much that chews up tires down there. As all these guys are battling, Clinton Sneed is pulling away. Ellison defending onto the inside. 17 laps to go. The battle for second absolutely alive right now here in Chicagoland. We ride on board with the number 27. Looking back at the entire train from second on back. And there goes Tucker looking down to the inside. He's not going to do much about that. As everybody's looking down to the inside. And all these guys once more. And here comes Tucker off the exit. He's looking down to the inside of Kendall. Trying to force his way up into third. Kendall forced go out wide. Tucker holding down low. It's the blue wheels versus the white wheels here. And Chicago, and it's not going to be that. And here comes Max Steck making a daring dive down low.
Max Steck's going to try to do everything he can. He had a little bit of a blink there, but he's making quick work of Red Tucker. Tucker's trying to work that middle line, and it's not going to work. As a little close.
Right on board, Cliff Cinnamon. He's got a great view of this battle ahead. And he actually gets passed by Clinton Castleberry as Tucker and Steck still battling it out, but Steck gets that spot.
Steck gets that spot easily too, and now he's going to start being on the charge to catch up to Kendall, Ellison, and Sneed. Sneed, however, 7/10 of a second gap over Ellison and Kendall.
Yeah, Clinton Sneed absolutely in control of this field as Ellison and Kendall battling it out with each other. And we got a yellow flag in the background. That was Keith Bradley. And once again, Bradley's car is torn up. What's happened here? Let's take a look. Keith Bradley just got onto the apron and the back end got out from under him. Avoids the other car, gets snapped back up the track. Big impact with the rear end of the car, but it should just be all cosmetic right there. But caution is out on lap 88, which means 10 laps to go. We're going to go back to racing here on Racecraft TV for the NASRA Arca Series. But first, before we go off to break, are we going to see some drivers try to go into the pit lane?
Probably not. Probably maybe Teal, Ellison, Cinnamon, and Castleberry, but that's it. I'd be surprised if any actually go in.
Well, we might find out just right now. Steck is holding on the apron. I think it's a good idea to try to go for the pit lane. So we're going to keep our cameras on Clinton Sneed to see what he does compared to everybody else as the pace car is coming across the pit lane. Are we going to see any pit lane takers today? Sneed looking for it. We going to have any fakes? No, we aren't.
Alrighty then.
Well, as everyone heads into the pit road, you're here watching the NASRA Arca playoffs for the round 4 of 5 playoff series here at Chicagoland. We'll be right back after these messages.
McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available for all Legends, late models, modifieds, and NASCAR trucks, Xfinity, and Cup cars. Do you need one-on-one driver coaching? We've got you covered. Visit www.McConeySetupShop.com and find yourself in Victory Lane. McConey Setup Shop, handling all your setup needs so you don't have to.
This Racecraft TV stream is brought to you by Artesian Builds. Artesian builds high-quality custom PCs made to order for a low price. Contact Artesian Builds today to get started on your own custom PC as low as $64 a month. All Artesian builds are made live on stream. You can watch your builds and talk to the builders live at twitch.tv/Artesian Builds. For more information about Artesian Builds, check the link in the description.
Welcome back to Racecraft TV here for the NASRA Arca playoffs, round 4 here at Chicagoland. Caution is out right now, but winning the race off pit road is Chris Cinnamon and his strategy of only taking right side tires.
Gonna be an interesting strategy, but I mean, you never know. I mean, those left sides aren't taking too much of a beating, so I mean, it could work, it may not work. It's going to be a big question mark, though.
It is going to be a massive question mark, and for Chris Cinnamon, he thinks that this is a strategy that can win in the race because with only 8 laps left of racing, he's going to just need to be focusing on holding off everybody else and racing instead of watching those tires. But everybody else took 4 tires, so watch them try to utilize that lower line some more and try to get onto that apron on the front straight.
Yeah, that's going to be the big key there is he's going to have to send it down into the apron on the restart just to get any kind of momentum if he can. So, lights are out. See how this plays out.
Lights out on the pace car as they enter 3 and 4. Cinnamon, Sneed, Ellison, and Kendall, your top 4. And looks like almost... Yep, Scruggs is back on the lead lap now. So 11 cars on the lead lap. Pace car pulls off. Let's end this race. An early start for Cinnamon.
Yeah, that was the only thing he could do, and that was a beautiful restart for him. And already half a second gap. You better hope that half a second gap on the 2 tires is going to help because here comes the hounds.
Well, it's a great start by Chris Cinnamon as Sneed, Ellison, and everybody else, and Ellison, Kendall, and Tucker are in a 3-way fight. And this is going to be slowing down that fight for 3rd, but allowing Clinton Sneed to start charging up on Chris Cinnamon, and he is right now. Sneed and Cinnamon have caught up with each other.
Sneed with 4 tires and Cinnamon on 2 is a big difference here. I'm seeing, you can see Cinnamon just hard charging into there, trying to keep the gap, but it's not going to work. See that Cinnamon, this is Clinton Sneed on the inside, and he's going to power move Cinnamon on the back, going into 3.
And Sneed goes down to the inside and takes the lead with 6 laps to go.
And it's a hornet's nest further back.
It's an absolute madhouse behind them with Ryan Kendall, Rhett Tucker, and everybody else going almost side by side.
Everyone else going side by side. Tucker blocks off Ellison there. And Ellison's going to look on the inside now, going into 3. Wow, Chris Cinnamon's doing everything he can trying to get that run. It's not going to work for him at all. Sneed now with the 0.2 of a second gap. And you can even see 2 by 2 further behind us. Ellison now is going to get around Rhett Tucker. Max Steck now, he's going to try to make his move on Tucker. Tucker's starting to fall off a little bit now.
Yeah, he's falling back even more by more. But Sneed and Cinnamon continuing this fight for the lead here.
Continuing this fight, he can. Cinnamon's just pushing and pushing as best he can. As there is Cinnamon on the inside, but then he changes his mind, going back up, getting ready to go into turn 1.
And as they're continuing this, Sneed and Cinnamon still side by side. And this race is getting absolutely nutty here with just 3 laps to go. And as they're battling, here comes the 68 of Ryan Kendall.
Kendall's hoping they can keep fighting like this as we're coming up to 2 laps to go this time. Cinnamon's doing everything he can to be able to make a move, but it's still not going to be enough as they're going into turn 1 and 2.
As they continue going around more and more. 2 laps to go. Sneed, Cinnamon, Kendall, your top 3. And let's go on board with Ryan Kendall. See if he might try to make a absolutely masterful move to jump up, not to second, but into first. As the white flag comes out, but no, the yellow flag comes out. The yellow's out. And it's Chip Turner going through the field. And was that Nathan Rauge? It was Nathan Rauge. As Chip Turner, oh, big hit. It was Max Steck spinning out. Was white flag about to come out. Nathan Rauge, Max Steck, and oh my goodness, Chip Turner getting into a massive incident right here.
Wow, what a hit for a few of these guys. My goodness. I don't know if some of these guys are going to have to try to get it back to the pits, but I don't think they'll be able to. Boy, that was a hard hit. Come on. Nathan Rauge, I mean, that was just, oh my goodness.
That car is absolutely toast up, but Max Steck was getting turned by Clinton Castleberry. And just as the white flag was coming out, just as we were about to get into a massive sprint to the finish, that happens. I think Steck is gonna get a little bit angry at Castleberry after that.
Not be surprised. And at least saved his fast repair for the end, because boy, that was definite fast repair needed. Because that was a hard hit. So no one taking the pits, which was kind of surprising, but I think a few guys further back are trying to catch up, and I think they will come into the pits.
Nah,
So,
no one, nobody.
Probably already too, actually.
Yeah, he kind of had to.
All the drivers. Yeah, okay. So everyone's staying out. Gonna be interesting. especially in green, white checkers, a lot can happen.
Yeah, especially with the green, white checkered in the air. It's going to cause a little bit of mayhem out there. And it's going to get absolutely lovely here today. But as we wait for these guys, I think this is the last time around. We're going to go green, white checkered here in Chicago. As Sneed leads out the field, and he's got to be cursing his brains out. And the lights do go out on the pace car. It's Sneed, Cinnamon, Kendall, Ellison, your top four. All behind that pace car right now with just 2 laps. Well, just one last lap remaining. And then it's green, white, checkered Arca style, baby.
This is gonna be fun.
It's going to be absolutely beautiful watching these guys just fight it out once more. We thank everybody here on watching here on Racecraft TV for the NASRA Arca playoffs. For the penultimate round of the playoffs here this Thursday night, as we're about to go back to racing one last time. It's time to drop the hammer. Clinton Sneed in control of the field, and already trying to get a good jump is Ryan Kendall. But here goes Sneed. Green flag's out. 2 laps to go. Green, white checker. Tucker's making it 3 wide back there.
And he makes quick work of it too, and gets around Gabriel Ellison. Cinnamon is struggling on this old right side tires. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh, and they're 3 wide. It's massive contacts. Castleberry and Cinnamon heading down, and it's a big hit for Cinnamon, and Ryan Kendall was also involved in that as well. And Kendall went screaming up the track, almost collects Rhett Tucker, and it hit somebody else. I believe it was Dustin Scruggs. But the main incident is Castleberry and Cinnamon. Boom, into the wall goes Castleberry. And let's just take a look. Rhett Tucker, I think Rhett Tucker might have caused all that. He was getting squeezed by Cinnamon. Cinnamon came up there, and Rhett Tucker, oh, barely avoided that right there.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Goodness gracious.
Let's watch that replay once more and see what exactly happened. And watching this group particularly, Rhett Tucker gets an amazing restart, goes onto the outside. They're going 3 wide right here. And then Castleberry down into the middle, gets onto the bottom, looks down low, and he tries to go back up high, but they're trying to fit 3 cars into space of 1. And unfortunately for Cinnamon and Castleberry, they just eat the bullet. And Kendall right there also ate it. And Max Steck, don't think he got damaged, but he's in the pit lane now. Oh no, he does have damage. He does. That wheel is off.
Yeah, he took a hard hit. Trying to avoid that wreck. That was rough.
Well, 1 to green, white checker down, and 1 to go, and Dustin Scruggs is somehow driving that car.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey Dustin, let's go on board, Dustin. How you doing?
Yeah. Did someone just knock that hood down, please?
Yeah, we need to see it a little stop, brake check. That will fix it right up. duct tape. Well, red egg engineering on there. That hood is just messed up. How does he know where he's going?
I don't know, and that's kind of scary. Well, this ought to be an interesting restart then.
As these guys continue to pace around for more and more behind this pace car, we're still going to go commercial free because we did our final ad break with that last caution, that 2 cautions ago. And, well, it might get a little bit tense, but it's Sneed and Tucker now your leaders, followed by Ellison, Teal, Turner, the hoodless Dustin Scruggs, the blind bandit himself, to be right on board with it. This is just ridiculous.
Well, I know, and I can guarantee you, I dare to bet you, it looks nice and fine in front of him. But yet, for us, it looks like he cannot see a thing.
Well, if he gets third and he goes into an interview, we will ask him some questions, especially on how you were able to see. So let's go on the pace car, and hopefully, for the last time, this will be the last time behind the caution period. Because if we go to another green-white checkered, I will flip a table. But it is Sneed and Tucker leading out the field. Behind this pace car, we look at the field and we got some interesting characters here. We got a car with a blind eye. Somehow Clinton Castleberry's driving that thing. And yeah.
Alright, here we go.
iRacing pace car about to pull off. And one more time, the NASRA Arca Playoffs Round 4 might come to an end under green-white checker for Chicagoland 150, and they're going back green. Sneed and Ellison get a good bump and start. Tucker stayed with them. Behind them, Turner and Teal battling with each other. And Tucker trying to swing it around to the outside using all the tires that he has. Sneed goes wide. Side by side they go. Tucker's got the speed on the back straight. He goes up into second. But Ellison, your pole sitter goes down low.
Tucker's trying to get that run off the high side. He is, as white flag is going to be in the air now.
No caution anymore. This is going to end it.
0.2 of a second gap to Sneed, and Tucker's doing everything he can as he almost has.
Tucker, a little bit of a mistake right there. Ellison looking down low on Tucker. This is going to seal the fate for Clinton Sneed as the battle for second going absolutely maniac as Ellison and Tucker still going side to side, but it's going to be Clinton Sneed taking the victory with Ellison and Tucker finishing in third. But all eyes are on your race winner, Clinton Sneed, in that 49.
What a finish.
Some would have expected that it would have been the end when that first green-white checker came out, and then the second, but he held it through all the entire time. Is that a Supra? Well, it's certainly a super car, as Clinton Sneed's gonna burn this house down here at Chicagoland. What a win for Quentin Sneed. Here are your finishing positions. Quentin Sneed takes the victory, followed by Gabriel Ellison, Rhett Tucker, Spencer Teal, Ryan Kettle, Chip Turner, Chris Cinnamon, Scott Osbat, Dustin Scruggs, Quentin Castleberry, Mitch Ellison, Max Steck, Nathan Rauge, and Keith Bradley. Your finishing positions here today. Let's go talk to our winner here in the commentary booth when he hops in and gets ready. But what a finish we saw here today. As we are still waiting for Mr. Clinton Seed, there he is. And let's bring him into the broadcast booth. Howdy, 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 Clinton. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good after that.
Well, it certainly had yourself dancing on the tip of your toes. At the end of all 99 laps, you were coming to the white flag thinking this is it, and then that caution came out. What was going through your head?
Yeah, I mean, we were sitting pretty good before the first caution came out, and then Cinnamon, I think he took two tires or something and got around us, and I was able to drive back around him on four, and we were sitting pretty good there coming off four to get the white flag, and then that caution came out, and we knew we had to try it again.
Well, you took a win here today after multiple green-white checkers, but you just had the pace off the restarts just to start pulling away from everybody. How is Chicagoland and you? Do you like this track?
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty fun track as far as mile and a halfs go. You can run too wide, so there was some passing to be had, but for the most part, you just had to take care of your stuff and try not to burn up the tires the best you could, and we were able to do that.
Yeah, it was you were definitely in control of your tires with a great run, and well, you took the win here today. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, first off, thank Michael McKinnon for putting this league on. We've had a good group of guys here all season, and I guess there's four of us that's going to race it out for a championship. Gabe Ellison and Mitch Ellison, they've been a huge help all year. Um, you know, um, all the people at Racecraft TV that put this show on for the playoffs, and I also have to thank Sneak Competition Design and Freshly Picked Design Company as my sponsors.
All right, well, congrats, Clinton, on the victory. You yourself have a good night. Tyler, who are you standing by with?
I'm standing with our second place finisher with Gabriel Ellison, and boy, that was a Gabriel was having a wild fight with Rhett Tucker there. How tough was it trying to find a gap to make that pass on Rhett Tucker there, Gabriel?
Yeah, man, it was pretty tough. It's always tough to pass him. I think he got a little tight coming out of two on the last lap there. It just gave me enough to get alongside. Pretty much, you get alongside in three and four. It's your pass more or less because the top line of three and four, it's just awful, man. It's terrible. So he did a good job staying right alongside of me because that's tough to do.
Yeah, and especially with that other incident, a few incidents near the end. I mean, how was the car feeling for you even after the green white checkered, the double green white checkered you guys had?
Oh, I was feeling good. I managed to not get hit by anything, so I was feeling fine. We got tires on like lap 90, so the car felt great at the end there. It was on rails pretty much.
Well, awesome race again. Able to pull out the second. I know you definitely want some sponsors to shout out, so I'll give you the floor on the sponsor shout outs.
Oh yeah, I got the McKinnon Motorsports. Huge thanks to Michael McKinnon putting the league on, sponsoring the car. Uh, Thanks to you guys for putting on and Racecraft TV, for putting on the broadcast. It's a good broadcast. Thanks to Brady LaBeouf also and everybody else that does stuff for NASRA. Also Clinton Sneed, the winner. He does the website and everything. Thanks to him.
Oh, Great race again for you. I know you would have loved to have that win, but I know you'll definitely take a good second place after fighting with Rhett Tucker. So, congrats again on the second, and we wish you luck in next week's race.
All right, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Well, there you have it, Austin. Gabriel Ellison, happy with the results, and another good result there for Gabriel Ellison. And I know you're sitting there with Rhett Tucker, who finished in third.
Actually, oh, nope, I was, and then he just hopped off the server, and then he just hopped back in. So, but we do have Rhett Tucker with us right now as we were about to end out there. But, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rhett Tucker. Rhett, how was that race? Wada!
It could have gone a lot better. I think. I don't know. I guess it was decent. I felt like junk all night.
Well,
I didn't think we were gonna get a caution.
Well, you certainly had a very interesting start. You qualified up there, then your pace just fell off. What was happening?
Dude, I just don't know how to save as good as those guys. I guess even like after I came in at like halfway, like lap 43. I tried to, back her down a little bit and enter later. It just, I don't know. I didn't have much practice on this track this week. I guess that's my only excuse.
Well, in the penultimate round of the playoffs, you were the highest finishing playoff driver, I believe. And with that third place finish, you're sitting very pretty as we are looking into heading into the final round next week. How are you feeling about that?
I will not let lack of practice be an issue next week. That's for sure. I'm going to be running Iowa all night tonight.
Well, the cornfields are waiting for you next week. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, Racecraft TV for doing the broadcasts. Michael McKinnon, Brady LaBeouf for, doing the admin stuff. Everybody that we run with, that was a really clean race. I don't like when it goes that green, but good job to everybody. RTR boys, Malware Bytes, Prosper Engineering, Primary Jeeps, Hummers, and Tacomas. And yeah, I reckon that's it. All the fans out there.
Well, you certainly got some fans in chat. Thank you, Rhett. You have yourself a great night.
Oh, wait. Go Bolts, baby!
I was waiting for you to say that. That was awesome game. I'm happy with that.
Heck yeah, thank you guys.
Sorry, Max. I know you're watching this.
Yeah,
stream
Mr.
right now, so
Islanders.
sorry, Max.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you, Rhett. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching the NASRA ARCA playoffs. Penultimate round of the playoffs, round 4 out of 5 for the Chicagoland 150. You're here watching Racecraft TV. I've been joined by Tyler Vickery. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a great night.
At McConey Setup Shop, we offer custom-built setups for any asphalt oval car. Prices starting at just $5. Weekly setups available.